Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. WWE The Shield here in the Kings of Kings channel, doing the second episode of WWE Current Talk. This is the first one that's going to be going up on the Kings of Kings channel. Get my recaps here of Raw. I have a couple of certain points I want to talk about here on this episode of Current Talk. We're first going to be talking recap of Raw and Impact Wrestling for this week. Just talking about what's going on this week, the build up to Battleground, and oh my gosh, I gotta look at that. Look at that little thing right there. Anyways, it's gross. Impact in Raw, just talking about what happened, and Battleground, and Bound for Glory build-ups. We're also going to be talking about Mickie James and Ken Anderson leaving the company, not getting their contracts. We're going to be talking about Hulk Hogan and his contract dispute with Impact. We're going to talk about good old JR a little bit. And then we're going to be talking about this day in history, this week in history. We're going to be talking about some things that happened in this week. Some pretty interesting stuff went down. So let's go ahead and talk about Raw. For July, September 23rd, 2013. Let's see. I'm going to go list by list, just basically with this report, and I'll give you my thoughts on this. Let's see here. Vince McMahon provides a little voiceover of the opening video. It's dedicated to the late, and I'm just trying to say this correctly, Angelo Savaldi. He was almost 100. Okay, if we can do that for this guy, why couldn't we not do that for Dwayne the Clown? I mean, do they have some, unbearable relationship between each other? Who knows? Anyways, let's see. Raw opens with the video highlight of the locker room from last week, attacking, at the end of Raw, y'all know, trying to save Daniel Bryan. So all those guys are out on the stage, and Stephanie and Triple H come out, and the Shield are at guard as always. And Stephanie, and they're just basically talking, and it gets a little boring. It's just repeating the same stuff, helping Daniel Bryan. And then Rob Van Dam talks. He counters what Triple H says, and he says we're fighting for Bryan. He says Bryan was screwed over, and Triple H retorts, that is seen. Let's see. He says, Triple H basically says that you don't fight to help the champion, you fight to be the champion. And, he asked Dolph Ziggler his opinion. It's kind of interesting to see basically what they want to take over the company, and basically try to oh my gosh, I'm out of my head for some reason. Sorry. But anyways, basically they're just saying, why did you help the Shield, or why did you help Daniel Bryan, yada yada yada. It kind of got boring. But anyways, Stephanie says we're all going to compete in an elimination handicap match against the Shield. Not the gauntlet match we got from SmackDown the week before. We're going to get an elimination handicap match. And against the Shield, Daniel Bryan will join them as their partner. And also the WWE Universe will get to vote one of the men to fight Randy Orton later on tonight. It would be between Rob Van Dam, Dolph Ziggler, and R-Truth. And, Jerry the King Lawler and Michael Cole were like, well, how is this fair to the Shield? There's 11-on-3. Why would Triple H do this? Well, first of all, Triple H is a fair man. Second, are you kidding me? The Shield have attacked them in 3-on-1 situations. It's called irony. Anyways, we got Kofi Kingston versus Alberto Del Rio. The first match. I actually really like this match. Kofi is not a great wrestler. I just don't see what's so hype about him. I mean, he's good, but he's not great, and God dang, Alberto Del Rio is just overrated. Thank God, if I could put overrated right now, it'd be him. God, this hurts. Oh, I got it. Okay. Anyways, it was a good match. Alberto Del Rio got the win with the submission. I really liked how the heels have gone over in the show, and it just kind of flowed well together. And I like Alberto Del Rio to an extent, not a lot, but to an extent. Backstage, we see Renee Young is talking to them about the Miz of what happened the week before. And Randy Orton, it was interesting. It was all right. My eyes are hurting. You got Luke Harper and Eric Rowan versus the Primetime Players. Didn't watch it, but it should build up Wyatt family. And by the way, this Wyatt family thing is going down. After that horrible SummerSlam match, it has not been good, man. It's not been good. Good Lord, that Academy. Miz TV. Miz brings out the big show to talk about what happened last week. Why did you knock out Dusty Rhodes? And, basically, I don't think he says anything, does he? Let's see. Miz basically talks about Stephanie, and then Stephanie comes out, and they say some stuff, and basically gets on Big Show's nerve, and Stephanie says, hit him, Big Show, or, and, how he's like, he doesn't want to hit him in the most time? This one, he's like, boom. He's like, he don't even care. He's like, you angered me more. I'm like, the heck are you doing, you idiot? At least build it up, but I guess he didn't care about him. I wouldn't either. But it's the Miz, for God's sake. Got raised by the hippie father. I forgot to talk about that last week. The father of the Miz. That was so awesome. His reaction was like, yep. That was awesome. Alright, we get RVD and Randy Orton as the next match. It was a good match. I like RVD a lot in the new WWE, I guess. And he's exciting to watch, I could say. And he's entertaining to me. But basically what happens is Randy Orton gets mad, and he just throws him over the place and gets a DQ. He throws Rodman into the barricade, then hits a DDT off the top rope, which actually looked like he got landed on his head. I was like, ugh. But, yeah, it was good stuff. I suffer from ADD at times, so, my head goes out. But for this match, I was into it a lot, so good stuff. If I seem out of it right now, I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get into this video, and I'll get into it here soon, but it's hard to get into it. Randy Orton's backstage with Brie Bella. This was kind of weird. He's talking about having a real man, and Brie's like, I already have a man. And by the way, they got engaged, Brie and Daniel Bryan, so that's good for them. But, it was kind of weird. AJ walks into Stephanie's office, and of course, Stephanie, being the wife of Triple H, says, here's my husband's DVD. The fuck are you doing? The heck are you doing? Here's my DVD, you can see a real wedding. What? Wow, why would you care about this? AJ wants to talk about not being in this tag match. She's like, I could strip you of the title. Okay, I'll go straight for my match. Fandango versus Santino. I didn't watch it, but Fandango won. CM Punk comes out, and he cuts a promo. He's wearing a Chicago Blackhawks jersey, or sweater, which was awesome. If I do say so myself. And basically, Punk wants to apologize for letting everybody down. He's not the regular CM Punksters that we're used to, and he doesn't deserve to be claimed to be from Chicago, yada, yada, yada. Basically says if he has let down anyone, he pleads with them not to give up. Paul Heyman rolls out the entrance ramp on a mobility scooter, and he talks about New York, and Heyman's out there with Axel, Axel and Ryback aren't there, but he's on that scooter. And Punk and Heyman make fun of each other. Punk's gonna kill him, and Heyman says, "I beat you," and yada yada yada. So basically, Punk gets fessed up with it, tries to beat up Heyman, and he gets him by 2 seconds, like he said. Punk only needs 2 seconds. He's gonna kill him, but I guess that didn't work. So Ryback and Axel just attack him. And at first Punk is able to get a couple of hits, but then the numbers come quickly. Punk is countering an Irish whip and sends Axel into the Titantron, and Ryback had been tossed off the entrance ramp. Punk then leaps off with a crossbody, and Axel comes over to assist, but he's hit with a boot to the face, which was awesome. And then Ryback grabbed Punk and tossed him into the lighting fixture. It was kind of cool. And then he tossed him through a table. So basically, they're just trying to pull up this a new Ryback heel turn. I mean, he was already heel, but to pump him up even higher. And it is official. We see CM Punk versus Ryback at Battleground. I think this will be a lot more successful than Hell in a Cell last year. It's different because the styles have changed, and I think Ryback has grown over the last year, in a good and a bad way. But we'll see as time goes. Next, we got Natalya, the Bella Twins, and the Funkadactyls taking on Alicia Fox, Oksana, Layla, Tamina, and AJ Lee. I didn't care. There's a lot of these little segments I just don't care about. It literally was like a minute. Only take me on. Just taking a little song. Take on me, I'll be gone. Alright, if you liked my voice, comment in the section below. Anyways, Natalya and the Bella Twins and the Funkadactyls win. I just don't care. Daniel Bryan comes out and he's fired up for Orton. He's like, yes, yes, yes. And the Shield come out. And before they get into the ring, they're about to get in the ring, getting ready. And someone attacks them. A couple of people attack them with the hoodie sweatshirts on. I'm like, oh my gosh, 2 CM Punk hooligans. No, but it's Goldust and Cody Rhodes, and they look bad in this. Seriously, Goldust looked awesome in a hooded sweatshirt. I know that sounds stupid, but he looked really cool. He just looked awesome just attacking the Shield, like, give me my brother's job back! And Cody Rhodes was like, I'm man ready to kill. It was awesome. And by the way, I wanted to bring up something. I was listening to a guy that I listened to on a podcast. His name is Solid Monster. Go search him up. He's pretty cool. He's a really good podcaster. But anyways, he got a question from one of his fans that basically said, just talking about the Dusty storyline. He said, well, the question was asked to Dusty whether if he would give his job to Goldust or Cody. But the whole purpose of getting Cody his job back is for Goldust to get the job back. Goldust has already had a tremendous career. Why would he need another stint in the WWE? Goldust is trying to fight for his brother's job, not his own. So why did Dusty not decide to give Cody his job back? I thought that's an interesting question because I really didn't think about it. I thought a little bit, but I didn't think it to that extent. Here's my thinking of it. I don't get it either. But I'm interested in the storyline, and I love Goldust, and Cody Rhodes is awesome and needs to be the World Heavyweight Champion in the next year. I'm saying that right now. He needs to be a World Heavyweight Champion. So finally we have the Shield versus the Usos, the Primetime Players, Rob Van Dam, Justin Gabriel, Zack Ryder, Kofi Kingston, R-Truth, Dolph Ziggler, and Daniel Bryan. You know, they say this is the first 11-on-3 handicap match, but I can guarantee you I remember a match where the whole Raw roster faced John Cena and Randy Orton. So it doesn't matter if it's specifically 11-3. There's been goddamn like 30-2. So I don't care. But anyways, I just remember that. Let's see. RVD comes in after the Usos connect together. I mean, they do some stuff, and RVD is, he's hurt from the shoulder. But Ambrose hits him with the DDT, and he pins RVD. So RVD is eliminated first. Had he not been injured, I would have called bull. But I'm okay with this. We go to commercial, and Kofi's in the ring with Dean. And Kofi's arm is heavily bandaged. And basically he gets hit with another DDT by Ambrose, and Kofi is eliminated. So it's 9-2 or 9-3. Titus comes in and tries to get an advantage, and basically he tags in Roman Reigns, and Roman and Titus, and I think this was really cool to see, but all Roman did was dodge a boot and then hit a spear, which sucked, because I really would have loved to just see, I would have just loved to see freaking Titus and Roman go at it for about like 5 minutes. I would have loved that, but we got like 2 things. So Titus is eliminated, so it's 8-3 for counting. Then Justin Gabriel comes in, he hits one kick, and then gets hit with a spear. That made me mad. So that was 7-3. My eyes red. I've had my lenses in for a long time, but then Zack Ryder comes in, and he actually hits a kick, and he was gonna hit the broski boot, and he was like, woo, woo, woo. He's running for it, and he gets speared. So that's 6-3 with Ryder being eliminated. And, that's like Ryder's 30 seconds of fame. And then Daniel Bryan's like, fuck this, I'm better than every one of y'all. I'm gonna come in here, and I'm gonna beat these motherfuckers that have been trying to beat me for the last forever. So Daniel Bryan comes in, and he's just cleaning house. And he's just awesome. He delivers a running kick, and then Jimmy tags himself in and knocks Roman down to the mat. Then Jay gets the tag and climbs to the top rope, and he leaps off with a splash, and he pins Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has now been pinned for the first time in his WWE career. My gosh, we went from TLC. Do you remember when TLC was? It was December 2012. Guys, my gosh, the side of this is terrible. But December 2012. Think about that. That is a long time ago. That's nearly a year. And, yeah, I was kind of, but I like it. I like that they did this. I thought it was an interesting concept, because they had to get them over, but I liked it. So, Ambrose gets in the ring, he's like, I'm not enough in the round. It's 7-2, or 6-2. We're not going to let this happen. So, basically, Young tries to roll up Ambrose, and then Rollins gets a tag in, and Rollins breaks the pin up and leaping into the ring and covers. Wait, what? Covers up. He just leaps into the ring. Apparently, I can't remember that, and covers Young, and Young's eliminated. So it's 5-2. Dolph Ziggler comes in for his team, and Dolph did really well, and Dean and Ziggler get up. Dean's celebrating, and all of a sudden Dolph hits a zigzag, and Dean Ambrose is eliminated. And everybody else like, when Roman was eliminated, Dean and Seth went like this. And when Dean got eliminated, Seth was screwed. So it was 5-2, or 5-1, excuse me. Then R-Truth got eliminated. I didn't really care about that. But then the remaining opponents are in the ring, and they're just attacking the Shield, and they do their big moves, and Bryan hits a big headbutt, and he pumps his arms in the air to taunt the crowd, and he flies across the ring and uses his knee to the face that's gotten Orton and Cena out, and Seth Rollins is eliminated. So the winners that were left in the match were the Usos, Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan. Dang. Pretty good. So, I thought it was really good. A really good Raw. I really liked the main event. That's my favorite part of the show. The last 30 minutes of the show was the best part. I was really into that last part, so there you go. If I was zoned out for a little bit, I'm sorry, guys. But, yeah. Guys, go take a little break. Forward about 2 minutes. I'm going to get a drink, man. I'm thirsty. Be back in a minute. What's up, guys? I'm going to open a drink here. I don't need to be drinking these, but man, I'm thirsty. The other drinks are alright. We got 7-Up on the screen. So good. Ooh. That's good. Anyways. Impact I was into a lot. I know you're going to be shocked, but I get into Impact a lot more than Raw. Is it a bad thing? Yeah. But there's... Even the stupid stuff that's on the show, like the first match that will be coming up in a minute, I still watch part of them, for the most part. I could not believe it. So anyways, Impact opens up with some highlights. And Dixie's talking to Sting, and Sting is like, "What the heck, man? This ain't you, Dixie." Okay, not like that, but you know what I'm talking about. Dixie's tells her not to worry, because she's got this handled, and she basically walks away. So just fart, sorry. But, yeah, she just walks away. I don't care. Bully Ray walks out the ring with the lovely Brooke Tessmacher. The lovely Brooke Tessmacher. And Bully says it's not often he has a loss for words, but Dixie shocked him last week. He says he basically put AJ in his place. And he said he goes to sleep every night and can't sleep because he was trying to figure out a way to finish AJ Styles. Well, he doesn't need it anymore because Dixie's the way to finish it, which makes really no sense to me. He's basically saying that AJ not phenomenal. Dixie made it. Good stuff. Aces and eights come out, which shouldn't say aces and eights because we got 3 people left other than Bully. Is anybody really recognizing Taz as a member now? Guess not. I guess he's a supporter. But you got Nuxie, Garrett, Wes in the show, Bully Ray, and I guess Taz, but I don't know. So Nuxie, Garrett, and Wes Briscoe come out. And Nux says basically Bully is supposed to be president, but once again he's taking actions of Bully, not the club. He says that Bully's more worried about protecting the title and his hoe, and that the crowd goes awesome at that. And he says if he calls her a hoe one more time, he's gonna get mad. And basically, he should call all of you lackeys. He says, you know what I did, D'Lo, Anderson, especially Devon. So what makes you think that you guys won't deserve that? He says, if you guys lose your 6-man tag match tonight, it'll be lights out for one of them. As in, they're out of the aces and eights. Great! Let's disband more races than 8 members. Showcase of death. I want to give support to 7-Up and Mr. Champ for putting me on this channel. We got a replay of ODB winning the Knockouts title last week, which really should not have happened. Because I looked down the roster last week. I want to know how many women's people there are that currently wrestle and are signed to a TNA contract. 2. ODB and Gail Kim. That's pathetic. You can't have a wrestling division when you have 2 people in it. Or else we're going to get the same boring, tired, watered down matches over and over and over and over and over again. God. Is my puppy here? Hey, doggy. Come here. Come here. I'm in the middle of my show. Come on. Oh. It's my dog, Koopy. Say hi, puppy. Yeah, he's my little puppy. You can get up when you want, but he's a good boy. But he's my dog, Koopy. Cooper, as I call him. And you want to help with the review? You want to help with the review? Or do you want to go down? You want to get down? Okay. I just wanted to hold you up there. Give me a little bit. I'll give you a treat in a minute, okay? So anyways, backstage we see Joseph Park is shaving. Eric Owens like, don't shave, dang it. I don't really care about anything else. But we get an intergender 6-man tag between the Bromans and Gail Kim versus Eric Young, Joseph Park, and ODB. Puppy, puppy. Love you. I'll let you outside in a minute, okay? But anyways, oh my god, I watched Jesse Goddard's in Big Brother because I watched that show. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I watched that show and I watched him in Big Brother. Oh my god, I never thought he'd be on a different show, and it kind of bothers me. It just feels different. I don't know why. But this match was okay, I guess. I really didn't care that much. But basically, Park climbs the top rope and dives off it with a closing argument, and then EY hits an awesome flying elbow drop. He always does a really good job with the elbow drops, and then ODB tags herself in and hits a splash and gets a pin. It's alright. Aries says backstage that he's going to let everybody know that how he's going to stir the pot around here again tonight. Good commercial break, and he says earlier today Hulk Hogan shown arriving, and he says he's here to fix all the crap with Dixie tonight. Austin Aries makes his way down the ring, and this was confusing. Especially the events that happened later in the show were baffling to what was going on. I had no idea why. I liked what was going on, but I had no idea why I was currently watching this. I didn't get it. Aries makes his way to the ring. And he says there's been a lot of people that have been asking him what's next for him after he came up short in the BFG series, which I don't know who would be asking him, but Aries says it was a year ago that he and Jeff Hardy headlined BFG for the world title, but this year that's not going to be the case. Yes, because neither of you guys made it this year. But everyone knows him, that he steps in the ring that he is the main event no matter what. He says that he's the greatest common denominator, He's the common denominator of greatness, and the future is just looking fine. Then Kenny King's music hits. I hear the trumpets, and I'm like, the heck? I couldn't remember it. And it was Kenny King. I'm like, awesome! Kenny King! I haven't seen this guy in like 5 months. Yeah. I always loved Kenny King. I always think he should be world champion. No, not world champion. But I love when he was the X Division champion. Got it off RVD. Did I just make an RVD and TNA reference? Wow, RVD actually did something in TNA? I don't know if that pun last week from AJ was for RVD or Booker T, because neither of those guys did absolutely nothing in TNA. They won belts, but they didn't do anything for the company. Heck, I actually think Booker T won the TNA World Title. That's something to search up. But anyways, I don't know why. But Kenny King comes to the ring, and he says he loves the live mic because he gets to say whatever is on his mind. And he basically says that Aries gained down a couple months ago. This little suicide guy took the X Division title away from him. And he said it was you, and you're playing dirty. And he said he was going to be the world champion that Chris Sabin was, but, And King basically, I love this line. Homeboy, you don't want none of this. I'm not fighting you. Not today. That was a great line. Oh, I love that. But as Aries looks away and he gets sucker punched and he's trying to get back and King rolls out of the way. It's like, we ain't doing this crap. You get in the ring and get there. We got a referee coming in. So a ref comes out and he's stopping King from leaving, and then Aries comes up with an awesome he says plancha on here, but I guess that's that double lock handle. Onto King on the ramp. That was awesome. It was just awesome to see that. Mr. Champ, if you're watching this, give it a like. And everybody give it a like of it. I just want to see what he thinks of this. So the commercial break comes in there. And I guess Kenny King has a new nickname. Pretty Boy Pitbull. That's what he says in there. And of course I love that nickname. I don't know why. So we get this match of Kenny King versus Austin Aries. And basically King gets busted open. I don't know why. They didn't even show a replay of what happened. He got thrown in the stairs. I guess that's what happened, was he hit him there, but they're saying that it was the steel steps and we didn't get to see it, and that was a catastrophe. But everything else was pretty good. I liked King in this match, and he was very energetic, and I love seeing him on my television screen again. It was kind of cool to see something like this. I mean, God, what's the last time he was on television? I think it was that Triple Threat. And he just hasn't been out since. He wasn't injured. They didn't do anything with him. But he basically was with a brain buster, and I was like, well, you know what? Aries Kenny King of BFG. Book it. Book it hardcore. Book it whatever the heck you want. There's a vignette hyping at the return of Lady Tapa. She's not good, guys. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. She doesn't look like a good wrestler to me. Velez, or whatever her name was not only hot, but she looked good. Like, she could wrestle. They didn't give her that job. But backstage, we get Chris Sabin and Velvet Sky approach Aries, and he says that was a cool win out there, and it's great to see Aries back in the X Division, the division that Sabin built. Sabin says when he goes on to be known as greater than the greatest man that ever lived. That's awesome. And Aries says, we'll test that theory. We get a replay of Bully Ray trying to kick out one of the A&M members. A&8 members, excuse me. MEM is talking backstage, and Madness is upset, and Sting's like, you gotta be under control, bro, and no one really cares. We get the drama again between AJ and Dixie, and Hulk Hogan comes out. For some reason, I was anticipating this. Not many times do I love Hulk Hogan. I love Hulk Hogan just the factor of Hulk Hogan. Hoagie. No, it's not what I want to say. Hulkster. That's a little better. But, you know. But just the charm of Hulk Hogan. Because Someone Monster also said this. Hulk Hogan's got to be the smartest man in wrestling. Just the way he gets the money from TNA and does absolutely nothing. And then Dixie's freaking... I'll get to this in a little bit, but he's just so smart. But he comes into the ring, and the Hogan chants are coming out. He's like, you don't air your dirty laundry out on television. And you just don't want to this. And he wants AJ to stay in the here. And he says, he says they need to cut the crap. And he says later tonight he's going to call out AJ to the ring and fix the things for TNA. Great. We get a video package hyping up the return of Kurt Angle. What? Look, when the DUI happened, I was for sure they were going to stop Kurt Angle and not put him in the TNA Hall of Fame. But they are anyways. This company does not know what they're doing at times. Why do you put a guy who has a DUI, and 2 months later, you gotta put him in the Hall of Fame? You're gonna put him in your Hall of Fame. That's great. So I have a 54-year-old Sting, and a drunk as ever Kurt Angle in my Hall of Fame. That's great. That's great. We get a short vignette with the words, I swear to God, this is so stupid. Okay? I remember watching a review of Brian and Vinny. They're reviewing Destination X 2009, which is a freaking terrible pay-per-view. One of the worst 1.5 hours ever in the first hour and a half. And they're talking about something that was... an interview that was going on. And all of a sudden, in the middle of this interview, someone pressed the button and said Brutus Madness on the television screen, just out of nowhere. It was a segment between Jarrett and Foley, and all of a sudden it says Brutus Madness out of nowhere. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, we're gonna see something. But literally, this is the words that were on my television screen. Ethan is coming. They put some hip-hop music in the back, played it for about 5 to 6 seconds, and then went on the next thing. What? Ethan is coming? Well, can I get a little more information about Ethan? Can I know what state he comes from? Can I get a little backstage interview with this guy? Can I get anything other than Ethan? I don't even get his last name, dang it. Why should I care? I don't know what this could be. I really don't care. Manic versus Sabin for the X Division title. They had a very, very solid match for the amount of time they were given. I love Sabin as a heel, and Manic is awesome. DJ Perkins, they did really cool stuff in the beginning. They just did really good stuff, and I like the match. And Sabin fakes his injury. The ACL. I was like, oh no, I broke it again. And I thought actually for a couple seconds, this is going to be real. And then I'm like, no. So, of course, it was fake, and they kept going on with the match. They did some really good stuff. But basically, the ending came when Velvet was trying to pull Sabin under the ropes, and Manic pulled her into the ring, too. And Sabin then shoves her out of the way and sneaks in a roll-up, and he doesn't get to the count, but Manic covers into his own pin of his own and gets the 3. That's awesome. I love Saban as a heel, like I said. Do you want to go outside? Do you want to go outside? Do you want to go outside? Give me 1 minute, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I hope you understand that. I let my dog out, so at 45 minutes in this video, I will go let him in again. Sorry. But Manic's still your champion. Great stuff. Afterwards, Saban attacks Manic, chokes him, and Velvet's surprised. And Aries comes in, and Saban again tries to use Velvet as a shield, but Aries chases. He says Aries chases Aries, but Aries chases Saban out of the ring. This confused the heck out of me. Why are you going to put something in with Kenny King in the middle of the show? Is like, freak. I don't care. Let's go save it. Didn't really make a whole lot of sense. Aces and Eights are arguing backstage. Ego is talking backstage. They said they've done more in TNA in the last month and a half than Angle has done his whole career. Not true. He won all the belts in one night. Stupid, but he did. Magnus talks. Oh, gosh. Hold on a second. Oh, am I low on space? Oh, gosh. Okay. Yeah. Let's keep going. But anyways, I'll just upload this in parts if it does. But I gotta speed this up. 6-man tag match, Aces and Eights versus Main Event Mafia. A solid match for what it was. Basically, MEM wins, and Wes Briscoe taps out to the Coquina Clutch. And Bully and Broke come out, and Wes loses his cut, and he won't take it off, and he gets hit with a pile driver. And then they take their cut off, and Nux looks like he's going to punch him, but he just gives it to him, so hopefully next week we'll see something different. AJ and Hogan come out for the main event stuff, and Hogan basically says, you know, we want to sign you, AJ, look at all your fans, and they show a close-up of the fans, and AJ signs a contract reluctantly, and then Dixie comes out. But I love Dixie. Dixie's good. But here's the thing. The thing she says is okay, but she doesn't sound realistic. When you hear a guy like Triple H, he has credibility because he sounds like a heel. When you're Dixie and she's done all this preppy stuff for 11 years, and all of a sudden she's taken a turn for the worse for this company, it doesn't sound realistic. Because no matter how good your writing is, it has to sound realistic. If I just say, oh, well, this company sucks. I'm trying to define TNA, and I'm like, well, this company is awesome. I think TNA is great, and I think there's better ways. You know, I don't sound realistic, do I? I don't sound like anything, but, you know, you have to sound realistic, and it just didn't make sense. So basically, Dixie's saying, that, Hogan has to make a decision next week on what he wants to do for the future, and be on Team Dixie or leave. And she leaves. And Hogan's like, what? What are you talking about? I don't know. But Hogan is... Well, let's get into that. Impact was good, but it gets a little bit leaked to desire with some stuff. Especially the Aces and Eights going on, but I want to see Nux beat the crap out of Bully. Anyways, actually, let's go ahead and let my dog in, and then we'll go talk about some Hulk Hogan. Alright, guys. Oh, crap. Did my phone die? Oh, no. Okay, let's talk about good old Hulk Hogan. The guy is the smartest man I know in wrestling. And here's why. He goes to TNA, does absolutely nothing. He manages his own creative character there. And literally for nothing, he gets paid. He gets the biggest contract of everybody. I guarantee you, if you build up, except for maybe the top tier guys in the company, but if you get all the lower and mid-card guys and pile up all their contracts together, guaranteed, and then put up Hulk Hogan's contract, Hulk Hogan would still have more money than them. It's insane. Hulk Hogan is TNA's biggest star. Hulk Hogan is known by everybody. So TNA was like, great, let's pick him up. And it wasn't as good as a success. He's been with the company for nearly 4 years. But here's the reason why he's smart. He got a contract to stay with the company until 3 weeks before their biggest pay-per-view. How is this company not remember how to sign people? This year at Lockdown, right before Lockdown, they forgot to sign Bobby Roode's contract, and for 2 weeks, he was off television trying to build up this title match, but he couldn't because they had to get a contract signed because they forgot when his contract was due. And then you remember guys like Ken Anderson and Mickey James, well, they don't remember when their contract was due. Oh my God. He's amazing. If you don't want to hear this spoiler, turn your volume down for a little bit or forward this video. Hulk Hogan next week leaves TNA Impact Wrestling. I don't know anything other than that. I don't know if he actually will leave the company, what's going afterwards, or if it's part of a storyline, but he's leaving TNA. And if he's actually officially leaving TNA, good for him. Let him go to WWE, because WWE deserves him a little bit more than TNA does. Really. I really feel that. TNA doesn't deserve this kind of stuff, and they don't know what to do with Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan doesn't know what to do with Hulk Hogan. So, you just can't be doing that. I mean, Hulk Hogan's so smart. So smart. Guys, I'm not going to even do the day in history. I'm so tired. I probably got to do these earlier. It's 12:36 in the morning. But anyways, that is it for WWE Current Talk tonight. Give me guys your thoughts. Wow, give me guys your thoughts on this on the show and on Raw and Impact. What you guys think I should do better? If I should do these earlier? And give me guys, and Mr. Champ, give me your thoughts on this podcast, but on this longer video. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.